Hello everyone. In this video session, we will be discussing the general three-level factorial design. That is, the concepts that we have utilized in 3 square and 3 cube designs that we will be extending to the case of k factors each at 3 levels. That is, to a 3 raised to k factorial design. So let us start with the treatment combinations of the 3 raised to k factorial design. The usual digital notation is employed for the treatment combinations. So 0120 represents a treatment combination in a 3 raised to 4 design with A and D at low levels, B at intermediate level and C at high level. So this is the table which shows us there are 4 factors because it is 3 raised to 4 factorial design, and what is the level of the each factor. So A is at low level, B is at intermediate level, C is at high level and D is again at low level. Alternatively, 0120 can be denoted as just by raising these digits to the small case Latin letters as well. So 0120, if each raised to the corresponding small case Latin letters, that is A raised to 0, B raised to 1, C raised to 2 and D raised to 0. So A raised to 0 is 1, B raised to 1 is B, C raised to 2 is C square and D raised to 0 is again 1. So this gives us the treatment combination BC square. Let us consider another example for the treatment combination. Now 001201. If we can notice, there are 6 digits in this treatment combination. So this treatment combination actually represents a treatment combination in a 3 raised to 6 design with A, B and E at low levels, C and F at intermediate levels and D at high level. We can again see this in the table. See A, B and E all at low levels, C and F at intermediate level and D at high level. So again, if we raise these digits to the small case Latin letters, we will get the treatment combination CD square F. Now let us discuss the main effects and interactions. There are 3 raised to k treatment combinations with 3 raised to k minus 1 degrees of freedom. These treatment combinations allow sum of squares to be determined for kc1 equal to k main effects each with 2 degrees of freedom. Because there are k factors, so out of that we have to select one, and this can be done in kc1 ways. So there are k main effects each with 2 raised to 1 equal to 2 degrees of freedom, because each main effect is actually representative of both linear and quadratic effect in 3-level factorial design. kc2 2 factor interactions each with 2 square equal to 4 degrees of freedom. kc3 3 factor interactions each with 2 raised to 3 equal to 8 degrees of freedom, and so on. kck equal to 1 k factor interaction with 2 raised to k degrees of freedom. In general, an h factor interaction has 2 raised to h degrees of freedom. For example, in 3 raised to 4 factorial design, A, B, C, D each has 2 degrees of freedom, as each represent both linear and quadratic effect of respective factors. So we see there are 4 factors, so 4C1 equal to 4. So there are 4 main effects. For example, A represents both linear, which is represented by AL, and quadratic effect, which is represented by AQ of factor A. Now AB, AC, AD, BC, BD and CD, these are all 2 factor interactions, and each has 4 degrees of freedom because each represent the 4 components of the respective interaction. For example, AB accounts for AB, A square B, AB square and A square B square. So AB is actually generally representing these four interactions which are components of interaction AB. This AB is interaction between A and B where both A and B are contributing linearly. This is interaction between A and B where A is contributing quadratically but B is contributing linearly. AB square, A is contributing linearly, B is contributing quadratically, and A square, B square both contributing quadratically. Now let us see the three factor interactions. So there are four factors. So if we select three factors at a time out of four, so 4C3 is 4. So we must have four three factor interactions, and those are ABC, ABD, ACD and BCD. Each has 8 degrees of freedom because 2 raised to 3 is 8. For example, the 8 components of the three factor interaction AB is ABC, A square BC, AB square C, ABC square, A square B square C, A square BC square, AB square C square and A square B square C square. Again, the interpretation is similar. For example, in A square BC component, A is contributing quadratically and B and C both contributing linearly. In A square B square C square, all the three factors are contributing quadratically in the interaction. And finally, the only four factor interaction, because it is 3 raised to 4 factorial design, so we have four factors, so there will be only one 4 factor interaction ABCD, which will be having 2 raised to 4 equal to 16 degrees of freedom, as it has 16 components, and these are those 16 components. How do we write these 16 components? We already have 8 3 factor interaction here. First you multiply these 8 3 factor interactions with D, you will get first 8, and then you multiply with D square these 3 factor interactions, you will get next 8. So this way you will get 16 components of the 4 factor interactions ABCD. Now let us discuss the orthogonal components. Any H factor interaction has 2 raised to H minus 1 orthogonal 2 degrees of freedom components. Now what is the meaning of this? If we have H factor interaction, then it will have 2 raised to H minus 1 orthogonal components, and each of the component will have 2 degrees of freedom. For example, 2 factors interaction BC has 2 raised to 2 minus 1 equal to 2 orthogonal components, which are BC and BC square, each with 2 degrees of freedom. So BC is actually here representative of both BC and B square C square, and BC square is representative of both BC square and B square C. 3 factors interaction ACD has 2 raised to 3 minus 4 orthogonal components, which are AC square D square, AC square D, ACD square and ACD, each with 2 degrees of freedom. Now, how do we find which interactions are represented by AC square D square? So first, this interaction AC square D square represents AC square D square, and the other factor is square of this, which is A square C D. AC square D represents AC square D and A square C D square. ACD square represents ACD square and A square C square D, and ACD represents ACD and A square C square D square. The 4 factor interaction ABCD has 2 raised to 4 minus 1 equal to 8 orthogonal 2 degrees of freedom components, denoted by ABCD square, ABC square D, AB square CD and so on, AB square C square D square. Note that in writing these components, the only exponent allowed on the first letter is 1. If the exponent on the first letter is not 1, then the entire expression must be squared, and the exponents should be reduced modulus 3. For instance, a square BCD, if squared, gives us a raised to 4, b square, c square, d square. Now 4 modulus 3 is 1. So a, b square, c square, d square. Now let us discuss the total and error degrees of freedom. Now if the design is replicated n times, then we make n observations on each of the 3 raised to k treatment combinations in each replicate. Thus there are n times 3 raised to k observations. Hence there are n times 3 raised to k minus 1 total degrees of freedom. Now all the main effects and interaction effects together account for 3 raised to k minus 1 degrees of freedom, as there are kc1 main effects, each with 2 degrees of freedom. There are kc2 two-factor interactions, each with 2 square degrees of freedom. There are kc3 three-factor interactions, each with 2 raised to 3 degrees of freedom or 2 cube degrees of freedom, and so on. There are kck k-factor interactions, that is, which is actually 1 only. So kck k-factor interactions, each with 2 raised to k degrees of freedom. And if we simplify this, we get 3 raised to k minus 1. Therefore, the degrees of freedom for error is equal to total degrees of freedom minus the degrees of freedom accounted for by main effects and interaction effects, which is equal to 3 raised to k times n minus 1. Now let us discuss the contrast and sum of squares. The contrast and sum of square can be found as usual. For example, for a 3 raised to 4 design, the BD square is a square plus a plus 1, b square minus b 1, c square plus c plus 1, and d square minus 2d plus 1. Let us take another example, ab square c, the contrast for which is a square minus 1, b square minus 2b plus 1, and c square minus 1 into d square plus d plus 1. If you notice, in BD square, factor a and c are absent. So the term corresponding to a is a square plus a plus 1. Similarly, for c, it is c square plus c plus 1. b is present in BD square, so corresponding to b, it is b square minus 1. If you see AC is present in AB square, so the corresponding terms are a square minus 1 and c square minus 1. Now look at the quadratic factors. D square, the corresponding term is d square minus 2d plus 1, and b square, the corresponding term in AB square C is b square minus 2b plus 1. Now let us discuss the sum of squares. So we know that sum of square for any factor interaction is actually the square of the contrast divided by a divisor, which we determine using this table of orthogonal polynomials. So if a factor is absent in the interaction, then its contribution in the divisor is 3. If a factor is contributing linearly, then its contribution is 2 in the divisor, while if a factor is contributing quadratically in the interaction, then the corresponding component in the divisor will be 6. So let us discuss the sum of squares for BD square and AB square C. Now if you see, the sum of square for BD square is square of contrast for BD square, and the divisor is for A, because A is absent, so the divisor will be 3. B is contributing linearly, so divisor is 2. C is absent, so it is 3, and D is contributing quadratically, so its divisor is 6. Because the design is replicated n times, so we multiply by n in the denominator, and this multiplies to 108 times n. Now let us discuss the sum of square for AB square C. which is square of the contrast of AB square C divided by 2 into 6 into 2 into 3 into n. Again, A and C are contributing linearly, so their corresponding components are 2 and 2. B square is contributing quadratically, so its divisor is 6, and D is absent, so its contribution is 3 in the divisor, and this gives us 72n. The divisor for sum of square of any effect of order h with p number of factors contributing linearly can be found using the formula d equal to n times 2 raised to h into 3 raised to k minus p. For example, let us find the divisor for bd square. Now, it is two-factor interaction of a 3 raised to 4 factorial design. So k is equal to 4. Since it is two-factor interaction, so h is equal to 2. In this two-factor interaction, b is the only factor which is contributing linearly. So p is equal to 1. And the divisor for bd square will be d is equal to n times 2 raised to 2, 3 raised to 4 minus 1, which is n times 4 into 3 cube, which is 27, and which is equal to 108 times n. Let us discuss the divisor for AB square C as well. So it is 3-factor interaction of a 3 raised to 4 design. So again, k is equal to 4 and h is equal to 3. In this, there are two factors which are contributing linearly, A and C. So value of P is 2. So the divisor will be D equal to N times 2 raised to H. The value of H is 3, and 3 raised to K minus P. K is 4 and P is 2. So N times 8 into 3 square, which is 9. So 72N. So we can see that using this formula also we can quickly find the divisor for any factor interaction. The total sum of square is computed as usual using the formula sum of square of all the observations minus the correction factor. Correction factor is the square of grand total divided by total number of observations in the experiment. The error sum of square, again we find as usual using the subtraction. So we have total sum of square, and we also discussed the computation of sum of square for all the main effects and interaction. So once you have total sum of square, you can subtract the sum of square for all the main effects and interaction from the total sum of square, and you will get the error sum of square. Typically, 3-factor and higher interactions are not broken down any further in the ANOVA table, because it is very much likely that 3-factor and higher interactions will not be significant, or their components may not be of interest. So using this information we can construct the ANOVA table, because we discussed the computation of sum of squares and degrees of freedom. Then you know how to compute the mean sum of squares, and then find the F ratio, then to what critical value it should be compared. So this is how we have summarized the 3-level factorial design, its treatment combinations, its main effects, interactions, contrast, sum of squares, computation of ANOVA, everything.